Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the new Winter Wildcard SBCs. To be honest with you, the last 3 days have been kind of boring for the most part. Winter Wildcard last year was definitely significantly better than what we're getting this year. But I guess with this year's focus, they do like more gameplay content related stuff. But yeah, they could definitely do better with some of the SBCs because, to be fair, guys, let's be honest, man. When people play with some of these cards, I think that most people that are somewhat serious in FIFA, that are building certain teams, are not going to do most of them, right? But with this card, he is a little bit interesting because he is a lengthy player with crazy physical stats, right? So he's got 99 jumping, 99 for stamina, strength is there, aggression is there, and he can, score some headers, right? This card on, when it comes to player traits, is long passer, long shot taker. In-game attributes is 6'1", high work rates, right-footed, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. So this is a card that you want to use probably mainly in a 2-striker setup. I always try them out as a lone striker just to see if they move somewhat similar to Benzema's card, but a lot of the times it doesn't really happen, right? In-game attributes, we are going to be giving him the Hunter chemistry style because we can't give him an engine and keep him on that lengthy. So we want to be able to work with that accelerate as much as possible with the Hunter chemistry style because the shooting is going to be well formatted for it. Because you give him the +4, 8-4 with a +14 for volleys, right? So his shooting from crosses, from regular finishes, it should come off perfectly fine. Passing on the card is in a decent area, so it is a card that you do mainly want to use as an actual striker for sure. Dribbling we'll be experimenting with because he's 6'1" with a high and average body type, but he has some pretty decent dribbling stats in certain areas. The card actually has some defensive capabilities. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to use him as your most attacking oriented center mid in the team. You could totally give him a shadow chemistry style and he'll sometimes defend for you, right? Which can be very helpful. But like I said, I think if you're going to actually unlock this card, that's not really going to be the purpose of getting him, right? So Hunter chemistry style is going to be what we try him out on with the physical stats that he has. So yeah, it's a card that costs like 50-something K, so yet again, another concept card for the most part. We're going to be trying him out again in the striker position, playing him up top, and we'll just use him as is. So yeah, I haven't played a FIFA gameplay in a while because of the cards that they've recently released, but let's go try him out. Let's see how he plays. Hopefully he's a beast.
Will begin the game this way. Alisson begins in goal. Johan Capdevila starts with Kieran Trippier as fullbacks.
What was that through ball? I just wanted to like push it in front of him just a bit. He's no work though. Why you do this?
What should we expect to see from him?
Well, they've needed something different, and he will certainly offer that because his movement is clever, he makes dynamic runs, and he's a good box.
I just kind of figured, like, since he's kind of like pushing me a certain way, I should just go for the shot here. Okay, so if I actually made that that pass there, he would have actually gotten the run, which he actually activates from time to time with the high. So we have to look at that.
It's a short one. Trippier. Van Dijk.
Okay, a little bit of defensive play. Let's see if he actually activates a run here without me doing anything. Gonna make this run here.
Well, he's got plenty of
Okay, so he activates it there.
Who can he pick out? The inside route looks promising.
Nice. Small little dribbles. Small little dribbles. The finish came off really nicely, to be fair.
With that, the attack fizzles out. And the keeper can gather.
Okay, if we got a good, if we got a better pass off there, would have been a good run.
Can they create something from here? Diaby. It's there for him. And he's
Yeah, I figured that shot wasn't gonna come off too crazy.
Looking a threat, he looks
The 45 coming off of that skill move, so it's not gonna be the craziest thing in the world.
now, who can he play it to? Can he do it?
Yeah, I want to get the touch downwards because if the momentum of his player is pushing him up, I'll have that angle to the near post.
Mario Goodson. Oh, what a perfect ball now. How about this?
That was actually a good strike. Maybe on a green it would have been a little bit better.
Perfect challenge.
First time.
Looking ball in behind.
Okay, so he kind of like flicks a little bit. So if I settled that, it would have been a little bit better. I just wanted to try it though.
Goodson. And thwarted there following the cross.
Oh, wow. Huh. That was actually funny. It's deflected, but he still went for a crazy jump.
You've got to keep the ball a bit better. better than that. Is this the moment? It's got to be.
Okay. Good stuff, good stuff.
As he makes it a
I mean, his finishes for the high percentage strikes are coming off perfectly fine so far on a Hunter.
on as things stand.
First time.
Should be. Oh, he
Yeah, so he kind of like flicks it a little bit again. So a settled shot would have been more consistent.
good, sir. This looks threatening.
Yeah, you gotta go for the subtle touches for sure on him. In a situation like that, there's actually that new skill move, the one that I don't like that much, but it's in the game and it's effective. The L1, I forget, it's like forward back or back forward. It's very effective to use there if the goalie's being pushed. This one, that's a good skill move to use in that area. Because a heel to heel wouldn't be that effective. If I can get a header here, actually. Oh, get a deflection at least. Oh, nothing. That random shot animation actually almost allowed me to score.
Here, they think that was a penalty.
The supporters want to see him have a go.
Try to go for the near post there. Maybe I should have gone far post, actually. Actually, no, excuse me. That's far post.
Good, sir. Still a chance.
Nothing. Oh, he's offside anyways.
Oh, and a perfect ball now. How about this?
Nice goal. Good stuff, good stuff. Good little finish there.
To try that.
That's obviously you utilizing the lengthy, right? So he activates that run.
The current score.
You get the run off. He has the really good physical stats to be aggressive, push forward. You score an opportunity from that. Touch. Now shoot. There we go.
What a magnificent
Just for the consistency, you know?
there to prevent the chance. Good, sir. Is this the moment?
Nice little driven shot.
Such a complete performance.
His finishing is coming off nice, to be fair.
Oh, big opportunity.
Oh, too much power on it.
In the way. Surely.
Sure. Just bunch up the 18-yard box. A good little finish again.
By nutmegs. Andre Hahn.
Nice, he actually got the ball in the air. Oh, unlucky.
Intervention.
Try to get the 45-degree touch downwards so I can just shoot it upwards afterwards. Oh, defensive play, nice. Just couldn't get the ball afterwards.
Now they have the ball. Good movement. Magnificent.
Yeah, so you always have to be mindful of those ones, like the first time touches, the drags and stuff.
This looks more than decent. But into the
Funny, because in that situation, I actually kind of helped him, even though it was still emphasized quite a bit.
crossing into the middle.
Ooh, nice header. Nice header.
Now potential danger. And he's through.
That's the skill move.
To be found.
When you're close to the goalkeeper, when you're close, you got to do like extra stuff. It's just kind of how it works, right? So you do the skill move, it forces animation. We score that opportunity.
Oh, lovely ball.
I flicked it. He gave me the space. I was like, I'm just going to shoot it, dude. See what happens here.
Good, sir. Now will the cross work out for them? Well,
Oh, and he scores that one too.
as a note,
You know why? Because the Hunter gives him like plus 15 on the volleys, and he has basically perfect volleys.
an unforced error, you've got to say. Hahn. Oh, big chance.
Oh.
Still work out for them.
So I don't do finesse shots. Finesse shots are like really, I don't know, they're not like the craziest to do, you know? Like they're okay sometimes, but
Has eyes for goal.
yeah, that was never going to come off nicely.
Managed to make
He's not, I don't feel like he's that type of striker to hit those.
They look like scoring every time they go forward. The positional rotation, the ability of
Oh, I was there too. I had the run.
pass.
successfully cut out. Useful looking ball.
Not great on that one. It's so funny, man. FIFA just works that way, right? Like if you could see right before he's about to take that strike, he takes like this like weird push touch, right? And it just throws him off to take his shot completely. That's why you gotta still work those high percentage dribbles, those shots.
Disappointing pass. Good threading it through.
Like that one should be fine. You see what I'm saying? Those ones will be fine. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Hahn card. So, guys, by default with these cards, when they're like 40, 50K, like EA themselves understand that they're not giving you like a crazy meta card for the most part. But with a card like this, if you enjoy using physical type strikers, he's actually pretty solid to work with. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? Because physical type strikers, what do you do with them, right? You cross the ball to them, you go for the volleys from the crosses, you go for the runs on the lengthy, right? If you are going for those specific things and that is your play style, this card's pretty decent to use. He's not horrible. And the reason why is because of the physical stats. If they didn't give him all of those physical boosts, then obviously it wouldn't be like as crazy. But think of it like this, right? So the card is 6'1", right? While working with a high and average body type with 99 jumping and base 91 heading accuracy. So if you go for crosses in the air, you can actually score some headers with him. But here's the thing. When you give this card the Hunter chemistry style, keeping him on the lengthy, you give him a plus 14 for volleys as well. So if you get into those types of situations, he's actually pretty solid at hitting them too. His finishing came off pretty decently for the most part. Obviously, the thing that's going to throw him off from time to time when it comes to finishing is body type and dribbling, right? So you have to be careful, like you do with most of the cards, how you kind of come off with your dribbles, right? Like the first time touches, you know, using the left stick from time to time, right? But as a physical type striker, his dribbling wasn't that horrible. The thing that you notice a little bit though, when you are up against the defenders, is the 80 composure, right? Because the defenders are pretty physical nowadays, especially when you go up against like the full meta ones, right? So that is going to throw him off from time to time, right? But if you kind of utilize, to be fair, his decent attacking AI, because he has a high work rate, guys, but I actually liked his attacking AI. I didn't feel like it was like super generic, even as a lone striker, because you can see that he does like those angled runs and he adapts to open space on the pitch, right? So for a concept card that costs 47K for a Bundesliga striker, I honestly didn't mind him whatsoever. I think if you want to work with that type of striker in your team, you know, the physical dudes, for me, I always tell you guys, I prefer to play, especially for the meta of this game, I prefer to play with the cards like, you know, the Correa card, right? Correa is always the example I'm going to use because he's an absolute monster to use, right? Because I don't necessarily go for like randomness, right, with the crosses and the volleys and all that kind of stuff. So I like to kind of build up the play in certain ways. I need that certain attacking AI. So with cards like that, they're always going to be preferable, but I don't think that this is a horrible card. I actually think he performs pretty decently in game. And for 50K as a Bundesliga striker that gives you German links, you can't really go wrong with it. This is not really a league that you see people using that often, which is why I don't really see Bundesligas that much, because they're not like crazy meta, but 100% a card you can make work in the game. If he was Portuguese, it's a card that I would have gotten as well. Like it's not like me using Nuno Santos and I'm like, oh, this card is like completely generic. Like this is not a generic card. You can actually make him work in the game. So one of those types of SBCs, again, not crazy meta, but pretty decent to use. Guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.